What I love about kids is their innocence, their creativity, their resilience. And I think once you become a mother, your role as an educator changes and you want the best for your children. My name's Jo O'Brien. I am a mother of two. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. They come to work with me. I'm a working mum. I work 5 days. I'm the director and owner of Platinum Preschool, and I'm actively teaching as a childcare worker each day. They say that the most important years of anyone's learning is between birth and 8, and the more you can teach a child in those first 8 years, the more practices they get to what's the right and wrong thing to do. That's then going to form a great foundation for who they're actually going to become later on. Out of a lot of creative play of children, it's based on role modelling, so they will mimic who is important in their lives. So even when it comes down to uniforms, they're based around our OH&S policies, especially with our sun protection, ensuring that our staff are wearing appropriate clothing, are speaking in an appropriate manner to the children, the way they interact with the parents as well. Children watch all that. As we all know, in Australia, the sun is at its harshest. And it was really hard to, in the beginning, work out how we can put these practices in place to make the policy effective and for it to work. Things like putting sun cream on every day was a challenge. So we just timed it to go with our lunch breaks. So when the children are eating, before they wash their hands, they put their sun cream on, and then they go and wash their hands. And that ensures that they get sun cream on 2 to 3 times a day, depending on how long they're at the preschool. When it comes to modelling practices, the trickiest one we have, I think, is for our staff to apply sunscreen in the middle of the day. I mean, it's a known fact that the ladies like to come with a bit of mascara and blush on, and putting the green cream over that sometimes isn't the most appealing thing to do. So the way we get around it is I have SPF in my makeup. So I will just touch up my makeup at that time of the day just to ensure that I do have that UV protection. But that is something that we're working towards. I think everyone needs to try a bit harder when you practice what you preach. If we want the kids to wear sun cream, that we haven't been asked yet, but what if they say, why aren't you putting any on? Things like that are challenging, and I'm waiting for that day for one of the kids, probably my daughter. Mummy, you haven't put yours on. When it comes to the staff, I've also got a role as an owner of a centre to make sure that they are being safe and looked after at work. And part of having a uniform is to make sure that that's happening on a daily basis. So providing them with a T-shirt with a sleeve and especially a collar as well, being able to put the collar up on the playground duty ensures that I know my staff are protected. It's a challenge to get staff to wear the big bucket hats sometimes. I think there's a lot of hair issues, flat hair, things like that. So in the beginning, I even had Nicola would wear the dress-up hats because she would forget her hat. So she'd be a cowboy one day, she'd be a lady having afternoon tea on the beach the next day. And I know that the wide brim hats are the best. The teachers wear the sunglasses on the playground, and the children are just starting to come to school wearing them. And the parents have made a few comments, things like such and such. Olivia's wanting to wear her sunglasses to school to be like the teachers. I remember my preschool teachers. I remember my kindy teachers, teachers that took the time to help, the teachers that cared and looked after me, and also the teachers that would talk to you when you weren't in a lesson and transitioning from one subject to another. And that's what I like to do. The greeting of children in the morning and saying goodbye to them in the afternoon leaves them thinking, I actually belong to that preschool, and that's where I feel safe.